Hello everyone, the 316 here with another Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse Gold Label review. I have two different figures here from two different places. On the right we have the Big Bad Toy Store exclusive Black and White Accent Edition Aquaman. On the left we have the Mcfarlane Toy Store exclusive Static Trial by Fire. Static right now on Mcfarlane Toy Store is $24.99. It originally retailed for $29.99. And on the right, Aquaman, I think he retailed also for $29.99. But this figure has constantly been on sale on Big Bad Toy Store. I got mine for about $12 after shipping, just to put it into perspective. The reason I got this figure was because I want to make it a Blackest Night Aquaman. I'd have to get a new head sculpt, but that's the least of my issues. But really excited to take a look at these. We'll start with Static here. It's based on the Trial by Fire version. I don't really know too much about this particular comic book, but the design of this figure and character has grown on me since I've seen people do their own reviews of it, but looks pretty good. Can't wait to open that. And then Aquaman, he actually has a plastic overwrap. I've already taken that off, but he has another cover on top of that, and then you can get a better look at the figure itself, how it's packaged, and there's nothing on the back of that, but there's the barcode for you if you really need it. But there's the cover if you want to see how that looks. Mine has a ding in it, so I'm not too upset about that, but there's the card art as well. But anyway, can't wait to open these guys up, although technically Aquaman already is, but let's see how they look when they're open. Out of all that packaging, let's look at them accessories. Let's start off with Aquaman because he has the more interesting ones. So he comes with a trident. This one is definitely different than the Endless Winter Aquaman that this figure is based off of. I'm pretty sure that one had a quad dent. This is definitely new to me. What I might end up doing, if I don't use it on this figure, I might put it on my Black Manta figure, but he can obviously hold it, and we'll take a look at that in a bit. He comes with a specially designed stand with his logo on it. It's plastic. Rigid, but plastic. Speaking of rigid plastic, he comes with his own special card holder that has Aquaman on it. The card just slots in there, and as you can see, mine's already bent from that being in the package so long. And because this is a limited numbered figure, you get a specific number. Mine's 1030 of 3020, so they just swap 30 and 10. I think that's pretty good. I like that number. It's a nice number. It's printed on there. You can feel it too. So I'm not sure if I'll use this stand for anything, but I guess, you know, it's something nice to have. I mean, you could... it doesn't work for that. But yeah, that's all Aquaman comes with. Doesn't seem like much, does it? And then, of course, Static over here. He comes with the DC Studios logo stand, which goes in the pile. Actually, I do need that for later. You'll see why. He comes with his trading card here. There's a read-up at the back. Doesn't really explain the Trial by Fire story. It just explains who Static is. And then he comes with two effect pieces here for his powers. And they are the same, but mirrored. Or, wait. So they're not the exact same, but the outer edge, and yeah, most of the outer edge you can see is mirrored, but the inner edge is not. So they kept the outer part the same, flipped it, and then changed the inner sections. Pretty cool, like that. Yeah, I don't know why they had this one and this one swapped. It's interesting. But anyway, if you want to put those on the figure, I don't think these have any particular way they go on. I think you could just have, you know, he has that hand, which, you know, is already, what's there hair on that? Gross. Probably my hair. Trying to see if this will just fit in there. He can't really hold it, so let's put it behind his wrist. That'll probably be the easier thing to do. I'm not sure it's really, you know, lightning effect piece. It looks okay, but it looks more like it's coming from his gauntlet, not his hand. And obviously this being a fist and not coming with any alternate hands, you know, it just looks kind of weird having, you know, one hand out and then one hand like he's gripping something, you know? Like, Like if he was Spider-Man and he's, doing that, and like the web shooter comes out the top, okay, sure, I could see that, but that's not how static powers work. They come from his hands, not from his wrists. At least we got lightning powers for this guy, but if you want something better, you could probably use Max Mercury. I think he came with effect pieces. I think he came with some blue ones. Oh, while I'm here, if you do remove the hand, you can take the bracer off. There's nothing underneath it, it's just a black arm, but the option is there if you want it to be. Also, if you got the Lightning Lad figure from the most recent Collector's Edition wave, the left hands are compatible with static here, so if you want to use that, you can. And since we have static here, we'll take a look at him first, trying to get the light up close so you can see. He's mostly just on a black body mold. It's easier to see on the back, but when I turn him around, you can see highlights of blue, especially on this arm. But there's a blue wash all over this figure, as if the electricity that's coming out of his hands is lighting up his very dark blue bodysuit. It looks awesome, genuinely. And some of it even continues to the back here. It's on the back of his torso. As hard as it is to see, there is some blue in there. He also has that little lightning logo from his chest, goes all the way down and around to the back of the leg. That is nice. They hardly ever paint the backs of the figures, so even if this is minimal, I do have to commend it. Now, I saved this accessory for last because this is the, static usually flies on something, and I don't know if this is supposed to be like a sewer grate or what, but this is what he flies with, and you got 2 pegs and 2 peg holes. And obviously you can have him any sort of way. And, he's got a decent amount of ab crunch, so you can have him like, right? Get the idea. But as you can see, he leans forward, so you can see there's a peg hole. You can put that in here, and it still leans forward. But if you turn it around, it still leans forward. I really wish they offset that a bit so that, you could twist it like this and then it'd be more centered. But as is, he can stand up just with that going on. So, if you have it in the right position, it's easy to do. And then what I wanted to look at was the head sculpt. And, trying to get a lot of light on it. It's a nice head sculpt. His brown eyes really do shine through. And it's also got a blue wash on it as well. Not too big a fan of like the design of it, but the execution of the design is great. I kind of prefer my static with like the goggles. That's kind of my preferred static. This is the only static figure I have, but even the top of the baseball cap, it's got the little holes in it. I like that. Again, execution is great on this, but not my particular design. I mainly only got this because I got it on a good sale because I had one of the coupons from the Collectors Club. That's it. But yeah, good looking figure. Not going to go too deep into articulation, but head sculpt wise, plenty of tilt. He can look up that far. He can look down a good amount. And of course you got the 360. Static looks pretty cool. I like how he turned out. I'll have to figure out where he's going on the stand later. But the black and white accent Aquaman. Let's go ahead and take that trident, have him hold it. If I can thread it through. It's always easier to push it through the fingers that are separate and then just kind of... Yeah, he doesn't like to hold it well. It's unfortunate. But, he's got a trident now. Kind of looks like a big fork. But Aquaman, he looks good. Black, white with a little bit of yellow. Although the black and the white is more like dark gray and brighter dark gray. It looks fine. If you have other black and white figures, this will fit in just fine. But like I said, I'm mainly using this for custom work. I want to make a Blackest Night Aquaman, and after looking at the design again, the upper torso is orange. I probably should have just got the Flashpoint one, but given that this was, $8 before shipping and taxes, this was the cheaper option. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it. I think what I'm going to do, though, is paint the whole upper torso orange and then just chip off a bunch of it to make it look kind of like it's, it's seen some shit, right? And then I got to change the logo on the belt here, which don't know how I'm going to do that either. Don't think I have any clay on me right now. But yeah, it's a complete reuse of a body. The only new thing, I guess, the head sculpt here is not looking off to the side. He's looking dead ahead. It looks good. And if you've seen, or rather follow, the news of the Ross figures, the Endless Winter Aquaman has a Ross figure that's out now, I guess. Some people found it in the wild. They posted about it. But if you're looking for a good Aquaman figure, get that Ross one if you have a Ross store near you. It's dumb. I don't know why they decided to make figures for Ross of all places. Like imagine you were telling someone that exclusive figures would be at a store named after a character from Friends. But yeah, so it's a nice figure. If you're someone who likes the black and white accent figures, I think this one's one of the better ones. They also have like Martian Manhunter and Flashpoint Batman. Anyway, if you want to see what he looks like on the stand, he did not want to go in that peg hole. But yeah, there he looks on the stand, and I don't want to ruin that card anymore, so I'm just gonna. There you go. There's the Aquaman with all of his accoutrements. I've been playing a lot of Assassin's Creed Unity, French, you know. But anyway, it's time for the best part of the review, in my opinion. Yeah, he didn't want to come out of that peg hole. Size comparison time. So, Static here at the top of his hat stands at just about 7 inches tall. And Aquaman, he's closer to 7¼ inches. Let's go ahead and move them over here so we can see how they stack up with the rest of my figures. And I also added a new figure to it. Put Static here, so we can see how they look next to all of the usual people. Let's see, Aquaman, he's a bit taller than Samoa Joe, about the same height as the black and white Batman back there. Actually, the two of them look really good together since they're mostly gray and black. Obviously, Aquaman's got the yellow coming through, but, if you're looking for a black and white Justice League, here you go. And, if you got the BVS Batmobile Tier 4, you'd have Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, even in their movie form, but that would be a black and white version of them. But if they make a black and white Wonder Woman, I'm tempted to get it, even though I'm turning him into Blackest Night Aquaman. I'll have to find a head sculpt for it. But Static, he looks pretty good. If he had shorter legs, he'd be more of a 6-inch scaled figure, truth be told. I think that body mold's just fine, but yeah, I think they look pretty good next to all the usuals. And Psylocke, the new addition, I just love that figure so much. After the review, I need to keep it on my desk, so. And here they are on my shelf. Aquaman I decided to put next to my Platinum Commissioner Gordon just for the moment. Obviously, I'm customizing this figure, I keep saying it, but just thought I'd show you him next to the other black and white character that I own. Looks pretty good, actually. They're about the same height, which is kind of weird. And then we got Static over here. I decided to put him with my Titans. I thought he'd fit in best with them. But yeah, I like both of these figures, but for different reasons. I think that this is a decent Aquaman if you want to repaint it as is. He doesn't really fit a niche unless you like black and white figures. And then Static, I didn't have the Static. And this is a very interesting look to him. And as I said, he's only $24.99 from Mcfarlane Toys right now, so get it if you can. Typically, the Mcfarlane Toy Store exclusives, they either sell out or eventually they sell out, and then they go for a lot on the aftermarket. I really regret not getting that Blue Lantern Kyle Rayner. That and Icon, even though I don't really have any interest in the Icon character, but hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of these figures. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and hit the bell. It all helps out the channel. And as always, peace.